Hi there, and welcome to Fixing My Bite. Today is Friday, March 25th, which can mean only one thing. We are at 1 month post-operation, 4 weeks since my jaw surgery, and things are going amazing. I returned to work the end of week 3, and at that point my swelling in my cheeks was still a little, poofy. Most of the swelling, the swelling peaked and was the worst like the end of week 1, beginning of week 2, and it's gone down from there. But even just a week ago, I felt like my cheeks were still somewhat swollen, and I've noticed that go down a lot even the past week. So I'm feeling really good, and I'm starting to feel a lot more confident in my smile, in the way I look, and everything. So things are going great. 1 month is definitely a great milestone in terms of recovery and just feeling all around good. I had my first orthodontist appointment since my surgery last Thursday, and they got some of the extra wires out for me, like the little fold-away hooks. Unfortunately, they did not take out the figure 8 crisscross wires that they had put in to hold everything down while the jaw surgery was happening. And those wires catch food like nobody's business. They're like food traps. So getting those out will be very nice, because I'm constantly having to check my teeth, make sure there's no food caught in them before I talk to people after eating, because it's embarrassing, having a giant chunk of whatever sticking in your braces. But that's fairly minor. You learn to live with that. But the biggest noteworthy aspect of my first orthodontist appointment came in the form of some good news. Prior to the surgery, whenever I'd have an ortho appointment, I would kind of push and prod like, hey, how much longer do you think my braces need to be on? And they would always circle the question and never want to give me a straightforward, direct answer. And I understand. So I don't know if they think I'm going to hold them to it or whatever, but I'm just genuinely interested, because planning a wedding, just want to know what I could expect, and they would never want to give me an answer, which I understand. Like, my jaw wasn't moved into place yet, but now it has. So I figure maybe they'll give me an answer. So I asked again, and granted, not my regular orthodontist, but this orthodontist said that my braces could be off by sometime this summer. So by July, say, these little metal things could be bye-bye, and my smile can take its final form. And I'm very, very excited for that. I've learned to live with braces because I've had them for over 2 years now, but they're merely a stepping stone, and a very irritating stepping stone at that. Like, I think my teeth hurt more, my mouth hurt more in the early days of braces than they did from the surgery itself. So, in terms of pain, that was the worst of this whole process, was the beginning of the braces. But that's another story. Braces, it was only for like a day. I don't want to scare anyone who's thinking about getting braces. It's definitely worth it, for sure. Because I don't know if you've seen the photos I took the morning I got my braces put on, but woof, those teeth were crooked, and now they're not. Now they bite together, and I'm very happy, even though I'm still not with my final result. To give a quick progress report on how I'm doing up here, like I said in the beginning of the video, swelling is mostly gone. I still feel a little bit of poofiness here, a little bit, and I can kind of tell when I turn my head, like my cheeks were not. I can't really tell in my front profile. Like, I feel like I look good in my front profile. My side profile is where I can tell a little bit of swelling in the cheeks, because my cheeks were not this pronounced before, this round before. So that still is a little bit of swelling, a little ways to go in terms of swelling going down, but I knew that was going to be the case when going into this. Jaw still doesn't hurt. The healing is going very well. I now have like full mobility in my mouth, like with my tongue and whatnot. Like I can, when in the beginning of the surgery, I couldn't like really feel around too well, and I don't know if it was just like because of the swelling, like I couldn't make room for my tongue to move, but like I can feel around, like I can feel the incisions with my tongue. I feel like little dissolvable stitches right here, right here, and right here. There might be another one, but that's what I can feel. And when I was at my last jaw surgery post-op appointment, week 3, I think. Yeah, week 3. I asked about that because they kind of felt like thread. They kind of felt like actual cloth stitches, non-dissolvable. And I know dissolvable stitches are fairly common in dentistry and whatnot these days. When I had my wisdom teeth out when I was 17, those were dissolvable stitches, and those felt like fishing line. And these did not feel like fishing line. These felt like cloth. And so I asked about that, if they're dissolvable or not. And apparently there's 2 types of dissolvable stitches. One's the one that I was talking about with my wisdom teeth. Those dissolve in like 2 or 3 days. And the ones I have are the threaded, are apparently called threaded ones. And those last like 5-6 weeks or more before they start dissolving and falling out. So they're not really annoying, but you know, it's human nature to fixate on things that shouldn't be there. So I once in a while mess with them, but it's not annoying or anything. What else? My bite is very nice. Comes together. Again, this is my side profile right now. So I'm feeling really good. I'm very happy with everything so far, and it's only gonna get better from here. It can only get better from here. Like my cheeks, the swelling's gonna go down in my cheeks. Braces are gonna come out, and this has definitely been an amazing month. And let me just say real quick, I don't know if I've implied this at all in any of my videos. This recovery has been a breeze. Like some of the blogs I had read prior to my surgery, they were like, "Oh, week 6, you'll start feeling like yourself again." And I'm just like, what is involved in this? Like, how long am I going to be out of it and not myself? But realistically, like the improvements they made in this field of surgery and dentistry with the titanium, it makes it, they made the surgery so much easier to cope with and recover from. The titanium plates they use now make it far less invasive from a recovery standpoint. You no longer need to be wired shut, because the point of wiring shut in the beginning, or in the older days, even 10 years ago, was to prevent the jaw from moving while the bone was able to heal. And now the little titanium plates take that role. That little titanium plates are strong enough that it can hold your jaw in place while the bone heals. So they no longer need to wire you shut. So that, combined with other things, have made this recovery far, far simpler than I thought it'd be. Like week 2, I felt pretty good. I was still swollen and didn't want to be anywhere. So the short-term disability was nice to have for the first 3 weeks. To get to a point where I was comfortable with myself and going out in public and whatnot. But the recovery for this kind of thing is so easy, relatively, that if you're considering the surgery, absolutely do it. If your insurance can cover it, don't worry. Just don't worry about it being a complicated, long road to recovery type surgery. It's because it's a common surgery for them these days, and it's fairly non-invasive as far as surgeries go. So if you're considering this, absolutely look into it, because the results are well worth it. And you will. I don't want to talk too much about confidence and self-esteem as a result of this, but it is an important thing to consider, because I was always self-conscious of my smile and my bite. Like I could see it in photos. Like if it wasn't my, before surgery, a couple of my teeth like sticking backwards in my mouth, like they looked like they were in shadow. So I was like, oh, is he missing a tooth? If it wasn't that, it was, a giant gap. And you are self-conscious about that because you wonder how many people are noticing or taking note, and whether that's justified or not. There's a element of self-esteem that comes into it, and I can tell already that this has helped my self-esteem because I feel a lot more confident just in my regular day-to-day life already in only like the past week or so of going to work. I've been doing my hair a little differently and whatnot because I feel like I suddenly have this confidence to do that. So I digress there, but I need to wrap this video up. Got to get going to work. But thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share this with anyone who may be looking into jaw surgery or need jaw surgery. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.